So I'm Peter Mantrip, I'm the Daughtercraft Operations Manager for North Star. I've worked here for almost 30 years. My responsibilities on a day-to-day basis are the upkeep, maintenance and safe operation of our Daughtercraft, which are operational in oil and gas and also in offshore wind. So I had some product knowledge about diesel outboards. Obviously they were a new concept at the time, especially in the size, horsepower, capacity that we're operating. We've done our due diligence and we've done a matrix score by looking at other competitors other than OXE and saw the pros and cons of each engine. We like the OXE product because of the gearbox and the ease of operation between going from forwards to astern gears against a normal outboard with a dog clutch style gearbox. Our application is pushing on to wind turbines in offshore wind farms. So there's a lot of gear selection, low down speed gear selection backwards, forwards, and the smooth, easy operation of the OXE was what drew us to like the product. So we experimented and tested and trialled overseas with some Volvo IPS driven Daughtercraft, similar sort of size, similar sort of weight to what we operate. One of the problems we had with that type of design of boat was noise. We're geared up for crew comfort. Basically we're taking passengers, we're a water taxi and we take people on board our boats, the techs, to go and do their job, and who wants to go to work in the morning in a noisy taxi? So that was one of the biggest, best, obviously, features of the OXE engine was how smooth and quiet it was, especially at transit and speed. So we, wide open throttle, full speed, 20 knots, 4,000 RPM, we achieved 74 decibels, which is basically driving along in a car, you know, as you would go to work. We found with the inboard diesel IPS, we were more like 96 decibels of noise and quite a lot of vibration. It wasn't as smooth. So passenger comfort is one of the biggest things that we like to portray in our business. In the early days of testing and trials, we took one of the most experienced offshore wind guys that our charterer, our employer, had, and he had a 4-hour steam to the wind farm and then a 4-hour steam back, and on the way back he fell asleep, and he actually commented afterwards it was the first time he'd ever fell asleep on the job because it was so comfortable. We're operating a car engine now rather than an outboard engine. It's a car engine that's been marinised. So obviously the cars of nowadays, modern cars, have long duration, long frequency service intervals. You know, in the early days of cars, you were sort of 5,000–6,000 miles, whereas now they're 18 and even 24,000 service interval. So that gives us a good opportunity of not having to do maintenance. You know, we don't have to attend the vessel at every crew change every month to do maintenance. The simple basic maintenance, checking the oil, checking that the coolant is good, is done on board by the crews and they're trained to do that. So from an engineering point of view, we don't have to send our people on a regular basis. Obviously we have to go for breakdowns and we have to go for the periodic maintenance, which is done in both run hours and time. So our frequency is 100 hours for the basic service, which is oils and filters and a general inspection of the engine. So one of the advantages of the outboard is how quick it is to change. And we can change an outboard in less than 2 hours, take one off and fit a new one. Each one of our vessels that operates at sea has a spare engine on board, so there's always the ability to change at sea to save any downtime. Whereas with an inboard diesel, you could be looking at up to 3 days maintenance and downtime, because in some aspects you have to remove the floor of the boat, you have to remove the interior cabin and even the wheelhouse roof. So it's a much bigger task to change an inboard unit than it is a bolt-on outboard unit. So one of the most notable things is the twin turbo. When the second turbo kicks in, you get the low down grunt, the low down torque, and then all of a sudden it's like a rocket. So it's very noticeable usability, torque. In our application we don't need to go fast, we need to have low down torque and we need to be able to push onto the turbines easily and safely. Obviously if we don't connect with the turbine easily and safely, then we've got ourselves a problem. So that's one of the advantages again with the low down strong torque of the OXE. So we didn't really know what we were going to get. They're a big engine. We've never operated engines of that size in outboards before. We've operated inboard boats of the same size that we're fitting them to, but that was old technology. It was like 25–30 years ago we've done that. One of the biggest noticeable things is the fuel economy. So wide open throttle, we're experiencing 64 litres per engine, which is really, really good return for fuel economy. And obviously that versus petrol, we're probably a third of what we'd use on a big petrol engine. They're big heavy engines, they're big heavy boats, but the performance is actually quite exciting. So the most important thing to us was future-proofing the design. We've got our own bespoke design of craft, so it's a monohull with a yawing fender system, a Seakeeper gyro, all geared up, like I previously said, for comfort of the passengers. By future-proofing it, by putting outboards on rather than inboards, it means that we have the ability in the future to flip out to either hybrid or full electric solution, which obviously will be on the horizon one day, as it is with cars that you go see on the road. So We're excited that we're in the journey with OXE, and we have been from the offset. We always made it quite clear to the UK distributor Proteum and also to OXE that we wanted to be dealers, and we wanted to have the ability to learn more about the product, which I've done and my staff have done by travelling to Sweden and also to Proteum doing engine training courses. We've got a comprehensive range of spares, and the more and more that we learn, the better we get at doing what we do.